All right, we're good. Behind us. See? It's all good.
Okay.
It's all fine. Everybody calm down at home.
Unexpected.
I know you're cool.
Well, let's go. Flash starting at the bottom left. Game number 3 playing out on Yonsu. And to the top right, we have his opponent. It is Bravo. In this third game, the winner goes to meet Lenok in the consolation match.
Bravo would love to have his chance to rematch him.
Yeah.
Play a little bit safer. Oh, Flash's indicator there at the top was a little bit baffled, but it fixed itself.
Yeah.
It got all confused. Well, this is interesting because he chooses Yunsu as the map, and it's a 2-player map where strategies like what we saw from him in Game 1 are a little bit stronger. You just push across the map. But what I hope to see in this one is either mech versus bio on even terms. And by bio, I mean Marine Tank, not just pure bio. Or Marine Tank versus Marine Tank, because that would be really cool. And to see how these 2 players multitasking stacks up each other. Marine Tank versus Marine Tank is like speed chess on steroids in StarCraft. But then...
What?
But then
Tank?
mech versus mech is like just regular chess. Yeah.
I don't know, speed chess is much faster than anything that I've ever seen with tanks. Tank hopping is not fast.
Well, we have gas first for
By the way, guys,
Bravo. Yes?
while we're talking about speed chess, if you ever play speed chess, make sure that you take shots every time you lose. It gets better after a few hours.
Yeah. I have experiences with you together firsthand.
It was a fun night.
We should do that again sometime.
We definitely should get Nick and Dan together and do that again. It was a pretty good night. All right, coming back to the game at hand on the, we have a Reaper opening here for Bravo.
Yeah. And he got the Reaper out really fast with the gas first, so he's going to be able to scout early and also get a pretty quick factory up as a result. Like, his factory is going to line up about with Flash's factory, even though he made the Reaper. And that gives him a lot of scout information. Flash actually drops a reactor. He's going to do that reactor expand, looks like.
Yeah, second Reaper coming in too.
2 Reapers.
And 2 Reapers with the reactor that we have for Flash. So Flash will have at the beginning nothing. And the Reaper can get very annoying. If he has like 2 Reapers there and just waits, he just needs to somehow get away and make sure that he doesn't die to the 2 initial Marines. And that starts to get a little bit iffy there. So Reaper number 2 needs to join up, and of course he needs to wait until Reaper number 1 regenerated his hit points.
If you get in there and you fight the Marines with full health and then you run away and you come back and fight them again, you can pick off one of them usually.
Yeah, but the problem for him really is as soon as he jumps in again, there are at least going to be 4 Marines. And with 4 Marines, it's not going to work this much.
Yeah, it's not going to work anymore. He's not going to be able to get a whole lot done. But he scouts already what's happening. And he starts some command center at home. He gets a faster factory. Not much faster, though. And these Reapers are just having a hard time.
Yeah, those Reapers are having a bad day. Oh, that was a questionable decision by the Reaper. Buddy, you have a jetpack. You can use that.
Ouch. You know, he could have actually just jumped a little bit further. Didn't have to jump twice.
Yeah.
He was having too much fun. Second factory. Are we going to see Blue Flame Hellions? Triple Blue Flame Hellion production?
It could be. I mean, the first Hellions have been started. We do not see the add-on just yet, but here comes the barracks, and that's for the tech lab, I'd say.
I think so, too. Could also do double reactor Hellions. That would be crazy.
There's the tech lab.
So we're going to see Wings of Liberty, triple Hellion build. Wow. And
Keen,
no
is
wall.
It you?
Is it Keen? Or is it Hack? Because Hack always used to do this all the time. But there's no wall at the top of the ramp. And this is going to become relatively quickly a very serious problem for Flash if he doesn't identify what's coming. If he does identify what's coming, he's going to want a wall. Or at least, like, sit back defensively and maybe make a bunker with the few Marines he does have.
Well, Flash should identify this pretty soon because he's getting the Viking now, and with the Viking he can just drop into his opponent's base, and then he should realize what's going on there. That's the Blue Flame upgrade. First scan already started, and that happens in the main base of his opponent. He sees that tech lab.
Haha, he doesn't know what it is, though. It could be
Banshees. He might Banshees, exactly. He might think it's Banshees.
Yeah, that timing is about what you would see the Cloak Banshee timing on. And that's an eBay that he sees to the north. Oh, no, actually, it's a starport. So if he looks closely and sees the starport and that tech up, he's like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. So that might actually be enough to tip him off, if he was able to see that.
He gets an engineering bay and he gets missile turrets right now. He thought that this is actually a starport. He thinks it's going to be Banshees.
Uh-oh, this is not good for Bravo. He doesn't want to lose any of his Hellions before the Blue Flame's even done, because Flash has the better Hellion count right now. This is a little bit crazy. This Reaper does finally get in here and he starts to be annoying. Flash is panicking a little bit there.
Do you see how the Mule starts to attack the Reaper, but trying to?
Uh-oh, Flash walking right up the ramp here into a mistake.
Now he sees that there are quite a lot of Hellions, but the drop in the main base is doing some work. He used those, he pulled the SCVs back immediately. But now he's gonna lose one of those supply depots, and that supply blocks him. We have even more Hellions now. Flash being attacked also by an SCV here. That SCV might go down in the end, but now he's trying to double confirm double check what exactly is going to happen there, and he sees that it's going to be Blue Flame Hellions instead of just Banshees.
Yep. Now he wants to get his units at the front to make sure no run-bys give him a problem. With this drop here, he's been able to keep him a little bit occupied, Bravo that is, and Flash is running away now. Even-ish game here, because we have 34 to 32 Harvesters, and the army supply is relatively even as well. Compositionally, Flash is building Marine Tank, and what we see from Bravo was just literally Hellions and then more Hellions, but now he's starting to also transition into Siege Tanks off of that Tech Lab.
There's also no starport for Bravo just yet. Oh no, there is, sorry, my bad.
Sorry.
That was like, he has already had the Viking there, and of course he built the starport earlier. We talked about this already.
But he doesn't have the ability to do damage with his Hellions anymore. The gig is up. He knows, Flash knows what's up, and he's got a bunker full of Marines, a Siege Tank there, and there's no way he's going to be able to drop into the main base, so this is cool. He's going to bring these Vikings over here, protect his medevac most likely. And if he sees any dropships with his own drop, then he can also kill those.
Yeah, he can use the Vikings to just snipe the Viking of Bravo, and he still has the medevac there, so he can start dropping again, and that's probably going to happen very soon. The Vikings are still to the bottom right of the map. Those Hellions are getting 2 shots of those siege tanks, have to retreat immediately. There's no way for them to do any damage without being dropped into the main base first. And that dropship has been shut down right away, Hellions everywhere. The Viking could actually take it out before... one more shot. Nope, goes down.
He had the booster ready too, that was a bit disappointing.
Coward.
1 down, 1 up, that's how you do this. Oh my god, he could still escape. That was...
no, not in range.
That was poorly executed. I think Flash could have definitely flown further and then killed it. Now he's just going to try to camp the starport. Even almost shoots it once. Gets the factory once.
Commands a little bit faster for Flash here. The third is now started for Bravo 2 in the main base, but takes a little bit longer for him to complete. The harvester count is still the same. Siege tank count up for Flash. 11 Hellions still on the map. They can't do anything.
Blue Flame on those too, but if he builds a mech composition, which he is, the Hellions are going to become more and more effective later on. You can also get that transformation servos upgrade and make them into Hellbats, some of them. Here's a drop, and he could actually get something done with this.
Yeah, Blue Flame into the mineral line. How many can he get? He's killing quite... Oh my god! Oh, that hurt!
Flash taking some serious losses here. 12 Harvesters killed, 13 Harvesters killed.
Ouch!
Where's the medevac for the retreat? Looks like he lost it. Oh my god, he's taken them all up again!
That's 14, alright. That could have actually been even worse for him. But there might be another drop later on. That's 14 Harvesters killed. And that puts the Harvester count suddenly significantly in favor of Bravo, who is at 54 versus 41.
And Bravo's going to want to move this third commander down pretty soon. With all the Hellions he has, I don't blame him if he does it right away. Here's that second drop you were talking about.
Yeah, and that might go straight into that natural, but we have also the third base now starting at the mineral line, so maybe we have like the triple saturation, and then he has a lot of surface area we can start dropping.
Oh, this is not good for Flash. He's slowly trying to move out right now, but...
He absolutely doesn't see that one coming. If there's a SCV hole right now, if he sends SCVs over, he doesn't. He sees the medevac actually coming in, so it gives him an early warning, but there's nothing that he can kill. He drops 1.
That's actually a pretty smart choice. Drops 1.
That is going to get 2 kills.
Yeah.
He's trying to get into the main base again. There are just a few Marines. Marines are not going to work out so well against Blue Flame Hellions.
No, they're not.
At least not if it's only 3 of them.
Especially if he targets just the SCVs anyways and ignores them. Oh my god, Flash. Some of these SCVs so low from earlier. Some decent splits this time, but there's just still no defense.
Yeah,
there's nothing here.
It's 20 kills in total. That Siege Tank comes down in the nick of time, but another hit, another shot.
He's just targeting him! No, Flash! No, 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 no!
Oh,
no, that's not how you do it! You do not stack your SCVs like that.
45 versus 63 Harvesters now. The economy is so much better for Bravo. Doesn't have the third mineral line just yet, but that orbital command is already on the way over there. Harvester count, as you can see, massively in favor of Bravo, and that starts to also affect the army supply.
Yeah, and he's also got just building the better composition here. There's barely any Marauders in the composition.
Another dropship on its way.
I mean, with no Marauders in the comp, against a mech-heavy army that's... Oh, this is not going to really work out the way it wants to do. Whoa, what happened there? I missed something. But he's building okay Marine tank, and then once he finds out it's mech, he's going to maybe add some more Marauders in because they have more hit points, they do more damage to armored units, and there's not that many Ravens out. But with only Marines against this mech army, he's never going to get any attacks done. And I think that Bravo can actually take a 4th base to the top left relatively soon. Whenever he feels comfortable, he starts a 4th command center as I speak. He could also take the command center that's closer to his opponent, which would make sense considering he's meching and he wants to minimize the distance walking forward and back when he has to attack and then defend you know, run-bys with the composition that Flash is building. 13 to 8 siege tanks right now, and those Hellions, they're still out there.
We have a lot of SCVs, by the way, and he's still producing SCVs. He's 20 Harvester supply up.
He did this against Lenok, you know, he went up to like 82 before he started sacking.
Oh.
This is an awkward position for these Vikings because the Marines are nearby, and he can't actually target those medevacs.
Well, he gets a few shots off, you know, and there are missile turrets everywhere, so Bravo really playing this defensively. He did this against Lenok as well. Was not shy of just producing some missile turrets, and that at least slows that lockdown. Here comes the job. We have the Vikings there. Oh my god!
Flash losing so much here, and there are Hellions to help defend as well. Usually as the bio tank player, you're not the one who's doing the pushing, the sieging up like this. But this is still here, and he goes for the armory. He's going to get the armory at least.
Yeah, and he tries to move back there. No Vikings left. It's only Hellions and siege tanks for Bravo right now, so you can't shut down the drop play. If those dropships don't run into another missile turret, they're going to survive.
It looks like he's actually going to pick off some of the tanks here. Flash is making this work very nicely. And the siege tanks are actually killing these add-ons. He might even get the eBay.
Well, 2 additional Vikings are now being built, so Flash has to be careful with especially one of the medivacs. It's down to 38 health. If the double Viking gets one shot off, that medivac is going to go down too.
Yeah, he's just putting these up here for vision so he can get that eBay, which means no more turrets. Something he's going to have to rebuild because he's going to need turrets later against constant drop harass from Flash. Supply is dead even here. Hellions fighting against this army. There's a few Marauders here. Both players a little bit timid to engage.
Army supply is better for Flash, who also takes his 4th base a lot faster than his opponent.
He got that momentum, you know, and he's starting to build a better Marauder count here. And he's going to keep sticking around down here, which makes me a little bit worried because he puts all of his eggs in one basket.
Oh, he's dropping on top of the tanks, and those tanks don't stand a chance here. Now the medivacs are trying to drop once again. The Hellbats on top of the siege tank here, but Flash just moves back to Vikings, trying to maybe shut down the medivacs. Nah, it doesn't get it.
Yeah, not quite. Really nice control here by both players.
He has 4 now, though. He really wants to kill those medivacs. But Flash is getting ahead in the army supply.
He just has that extra economy, and you know, for mules right now, look at it, and I mean, his economy supports barracks play a lot better because he doesn't have to buy those expensive siege tanks. This is a really scary place to be, though. The Hellbats are going to drop right on top of that bio, and now he's got a huge siege tank force coming his way. And the group of tanks that are up at the right side, they're not really useful in the army anymore, and they're not actually getting a whole lot of damage done themselves. They have to unsiege and start moving out.
Triple command center now for Bravo, just dumping all of his minerals into additional CCs, taking another base to the left side of the map, or at least trying to. The rest of the army for Flash is trying to get into position, and once again, key to his attack are those medivacs. What about the Vikings? Can they shut them down? Yes, they can. The first one already gone. He's trying to chase them. Flash is losing quite a few siege tanks here. He still has a supply advantage in army supply, but now those medivacs are all going to die. The Vikings are on the chase, all of them in the red.
And he lost so many of his units walking forward as well to those siege tanks of Bravo. Bravo going to take the top left.
Bravo could have killed more medivacs there, and there were a lot of tanks and Marines in those.
And
Flash doesn't repair them, so they're still very low. 1 or 2 hits, that's all it takes.
Yeah, Flash is trying to get another position to siege up, but the buildings have been moved. They've been relocated, and he doesn't really... Flash is trying to attack a location that Bravo, I feel, is no longer really worried about. And what he's prepared to do, Bravo that is to shut down any drops that come anywhere near for vision with all those Vikings. And the dropships are very low on hit points, as you highlighted earlier. They were chased down.
And he also has not only the sensor tower, but at the same time we see him now with a better income, a lot better income, since he dropped a lot of mules to the top left now. That's going to help him. The additional command centers that he built in the orbitals is of course great for the scams. Losing one Viking here, maybe two. Could go in again.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy on that control. Both players are maxed. The better army size goes to Flash. The better army composition still goes to Bravo. It's all about positioning, though.
Starts 2 additional starports.
He's going to try to take control of the air.
Yeah. And he will most likely be able to achieve that. He already has a Viking lead.
Flash scanning everywhere. He wants to identify where there's a weak point. 3-3 on the way for him, whereas +2 is just about to finish for the mech army of Bravo.
Yeah, the medivacs are going over to that 4th base to the top left. Starting to drop there. And there's nothing to defend it.
Yeah, there's no way you can defend it because the rocks are still up. So he can't actually even walk in there with his Hellions or Hellbats. Only a few Marines means he may get away with that command center, but he's got some spares.
He's trying to save it, but he's going straight into the siege tank range.
This is really intense. Like, Flash is all over the map.
Yeah,
and he's starting to cut him off.
Flash has done a great job here so far, but he's only 10 army supply ahead, and he's still behind in economy a little bit. Not by much.
Well, he's cut off the 4th base of his opponent as well as a 5th. And he himself has a 4th base, extra orbitals, and is making a 5th base to the right side of the map around 3 o'clock. Can he hold off this push, though? That's the question.
Both of them are nearly maxed out. One thing that we don't see Bravo do is utilize those starports that he built. Once again, a medivac getting to the main base, and it would actually be amazingly good for Bravo if he could just shut down all the medivacs that Flash has. Well, and he's doing actually a decent job at that, but Flash is rebuilding them constantly.
Bravo is also trying to get Banshees out on the map.
There's no repair on the command center, Wolf.
No repair on the command center. It's going to burn down, it looks like. 11 Harvester lead right now for Bravo. Make that 10. He's going for a big attack here with Blue Flame Hellions and Blue Flame Hellbats.
Command center for Bravo is nearly dead. Oh, down to 40 HP. He doesn't realize it.
It's going to go down. But, you know, it's just the more important story over here where Flash is trying to set up a defensive position, but Bravo's army is so strong, and he's starting to build this arc. There goes that command center. It does fall. He's got a spare, though. In fact, he's got quite a few spares.
Bravo has a massive, massive bank, and he is suddenly ahead in army supply. He's looking at 2,000 minerals and 1,000 gas that he can utilize here.
Flash can build up a stronger army, though, if he is given time, because he has more freed up supply. He has less SCVs, therefore making his army a little bit stronger when it comes to supply.
But he has no money.
Yeah, he has no money, and the composition for Bravo is so solid. When he's controlling the air, this drop group could actually do a lot of damage, though. This is really something to focus on. If he can actually get in there past that turret line.
But Flash is on the run here. Flash is being chased away, and this base might go down as well. The SCVs are already being evacuated. The triple drop is trying to go in. Keep those missile turrets in. Yeah, there's 3 missile turrets up there. So keep those in mind as well. And the army of Flash is going down here, but the drop in the main base is strong. The Vikings already eliminated. The Medivacs, sorry, my bad.
Flash is dropping in supply like crazy here. He doesn't have the economy to keep reproducing units. The add-ons, on the other hand, of Bravo are being attacked. He's trying to eliminate siege tank production. That's why he's targeting every single add-on here, even stopping some of the Hellion production. A few Vikings pop out. Medivacs are gone, but he's still doing damage. Flash needs to turn this game around by harassing, and that's what he's trying to go for here. One Medivac, though, falls.
The Vikings are so important for him here, and he's taking down one after another. Bravo, that is. He kills those Vikings. The Banshees in the main base, finally taking down the Marauders that Flash dropped there. And now Bravo is ahead in supply massively. That's 90 army supply against 47. Flash is so far behind at this point.
I think Flash is basically, he's going to hope for a miracle here. He's really trying hard. He's so focused here. He's staying in the game. He's got this base over the right side. He's retaking his 5th base. And Bravo, on the other hand, is taking that planetary. He has 4 bases. He's retaking his 5th right now, as you guys can see with that orbital floating over there.
Flash has nothing against the Banshees. There are 4 Banshees and 6 Marines.
He's not even making anything against them either. It's like he's just trying to ignore them.
He's going for more and more Banshees, and there is just no anti-air. There is nothing. There's not a single Viking for
Only
Flash.
6 Marines, and that's not going to be enough, especially because they're over here.
Flash scans again, the drop in the main base. Yes, that's going to do some damage, but there are Vikings. There are. This is brutal.
This is brutal, man.
Losing everything here. He's down to 50 army supply, and he has still nothing against air. And once those Banshees really start to just fly down and do damage, I mean, what can he do? Even if he builds a couple of Vikings, he will have to battle it out with the Vikings of Bravo that have better upgrades, and there are also more of them.
There's so many of them. Double Raven coming out right now for Flash, or rather for Bravo, who is also going to be wanting to put down point defense drones that protect his Vikings, that protect his Banshees. This is basically checkmate Flash doesn't have enough economy to rebuild his army. He doesn't have a sufficient force to go for counterattacks. That army that you see right there is the last one he's going to have, and he's already been spotted. Siege tanks are positioning themselves here to buy time, and once Bravo comes back...
He's flanking him already. He's trying to move in. Here come those Banshees.
The Banshees are heavily upgraded as well, don't forget.
Yes, and here we go. One tank down, the second one. He's chasing them one by one. Flash is losing everything here. He doesn't have anti-air. Again, 6 Marines. That's all he's got.
Bravo is so confident here pushing forward. He has this death ball of Viking. He's got Banshees for extra hit points as well, or rather for doing extra hit points of damage to those siege tanks. And his own siege tank army is going to cut off the retreat here. Flash is done. GG!
Flash drops out of Code A. He's out of WCS. He's in Code B right now as the last player in the group, losing every single best of 3 that he played today.
Losing the losers match, taking only 1 set against Bravo. His only set of the day. And Bravo actually looking relatively calm. A pretty nice, solid victory. Once he took control of that game, there was nothing that Flash could do.
Bravo goes up against Lenok now.
He gets the rematch.
Leading the air battle, winning the sky battle, that was really what won him the game there. Shutting down those medivacs over and over again. He sniped so many full medivacs where Flash just lost units. And Flash was nearly... He was never able to contest that. He never had a really good Viking count on his own. Of course, the upgrades due to Maxstar were always in favor of Bravo.
Well, Flash had 2 chances. He lost both best of 3s.
Yep.
Now he's in Code B. And this is the world we live in. I mean, he had a chance to prepare. He had a lot of opportunities, but Bravo outplayed him in that final series. And now he's going to have his second chance against Lenok. That is going to be awesome.
Once again, the last time it ended in favor of Lenok with a 2-1. After a short break, we're going to find out if Lenok or Bravo are going to go to Code S together with Young War. So guys, stay tuned and we'll be back in a few.